Every second, more than 80 Red Bulls are sold worldwide. But what's really inside that silver and blue can that gives you wings? What is it that makes this drink outsell Pepsi in some countries? And how did it go from being a Thai tonic to becoming a sponsor of Formula One? Today, we're going to explore the entire process behind Red Bull, from how one of the best-selling energy drinks on the planet is manufactured, designed, and distributed. Red Bull wasn't born in the United States, nor in Europe. It was born in Bangkok, Thailand in 1982. Known there as Krating Dang, its audience was focused on truck drivers and laborers. It was during a visit from a jet-lagged Austrian entrepreneur who had his energy restored after trying one of these little bottles. It was there that Dietrich Mateschitz had an idea. Together with the Thai creator, they adapted the flavor for a broader audience, adding carbonation, redesigning the cans, and building one of the most successful marketing strategies ever seen. Thus, Red Bull was born, starting a revolution in the world of beverages. Red Bull contains 5 key components: caffeine, taurine, sugar, B group vitamins, and purified water. But what do these ingredients actually do? Caffeine is a natural stimulant that increases concentration, reduces fatigue, and improves physical performance. Each can of Red Bull contains about 80 milligrams of caffeine, similar to a cup of coffee. Taurine, on the other hand, doesn't come from bulls. It's not sperm, it's not bile. It's an amino acid synthesized in a lab. In the human body, taurine helps with muscle function, heart health, and blood sugar regulation. As for sugar, it acts as a quick source of energy. A regular can of Red Bull contains about 27 grams of sugar, equivalent to a juice box. And then there's the B group vitamins, essential for energy metabolism: B3, B5, B6, and B12. They're the ones that transform food into energy for your cells. Finally, the most abundant ingredient: water. Red Bull uses ultra-purified water, subjected to multiple filtrations before it enters the formula. Each one of these ingredients is tested, measured, and mixed with surgical precision. The journey inside the Red Bull factory doesn't begin with the can. It begins much earlier, with the individual treatment of each ingredient. And here, absolutely nothing is mixed at random. The water, making up more than 80% of the drink, is the first to be prepared. Before it being accepted by the system, it goes through a multi-level purification process. First, physical impurities, like minerals, sediments, or microscopic residues. Then it passes through reverse osmosis, and later through high-pressure microfiltration, until it reaches purity levels that exceed drinking water standards in many countries. Only then is it thermally stabilized, ensuring its temperature is within the optimal range for mixing. In parallel, the sugar is prepared. It is dissolved in a controlled solution to form a thick syrup, which is then heated and pasteurized to eliminate any microbiological risk. This syrup is the product's immediate energy source, and its balance is crucial. If the mixture is too dense or too thin, the drink loses consistency, flavor, and stability. Meanwhile, in other stainless steel canks, taurine, caffeine, and the B group vitamins are dissolved independently. Each ingredient is controlled at a molecular level, verifying its concentration and behavior under different temperature conditions. This isn't a mixing process. It's chemistry applied on industrial scale. Once prepared, all components are transported to the central mixing tanks, where the most delicate part of the entire process begins. Each batch is combined with surgical precision, monitored by digital sensors that measure the weight, pH, density, temperature, and volume of each element in real time. An error of half a gram can alter the final flavor. That's why every mix is verified in a lab before moving to the next phase. It is here that carbon dioxide is introduced, responsible for that fine, uniform, and persistent carbonation that characterizes Red Bull. But this isn't done blindly either. The injection pressure, bubble size, flow angle, and liquid temperature are controlled with mathematical precision to guarantee an identical texture in every batch. Once carbonated, the drink passes through another final safety filtration, and subsequently through a flash heat pasteurization system, which eliminates any remaining bacteria without altering the flavor or affecting the composition. While that happens, the aluminum cans aren't waiting in a warehouse. They're manufactured in the same plant from scratch. Recycled aluminum sheets are cut into discs, pressure molded, and coated on the inside with an invisible varnish that prevents chemical reactions between the metal and the drink. This coating doesn't just protect the flavor. It's fundamental to extending the product's shelf life without the need for artificial preservatives. Next, the cans pass through an automated cleaning system with ionized air before entering the filling zone. Here, they're filled with millimeter precision at speeds of up to 2,000 cans per minute. Each unit is inspected by a camera vision system, which detects micro variations in the liquid level, shape defects, or misplaced labels. Cans that don't meet the standards are automatically removed. After filling, the drink is instantly hermetically sealed, with no contact with the outside air, preventing oxidation or loss of carbonation. And once closed, the cans pass through a final external pasteurization that sterilizes the surface and guarantees a safe product until the moment it's opened. The whole process is digitized. Every piece of data, from the pressure in the tanks to the exact number of revolutions per minute of the motors, is recorded. The system can trace the journey of every drop of Red Bull, from the first milliliter of purified water to the last sealed can. Humans do not touch the product. They only supervise, analyze, correct deviations, and update the protocols. It is world-scale production, but with operating room precision. Once labeled, each can passes through the automatic printing system, where 3 key pieces of data are recorded: manufacturing date, batch code, and expiration date. The scanner verifies the clarity of the print and the alignment of the label. If there is an error, the can is immediately removed from the line. Then the cans are grouped into packs of 4, 6, or 12, assembled by robotic arms that never stop. These packs are placed into recyclable cardboard boxes, and each box receives a QR code that allows the entire batch to be tracked from anywhere in the world. Nothing is left to chance. Every centimeter of the process has been optimized to reduce time, space, and energy consumption. From its main plant in Fuschel-am-See, a small village in the Austrian Alps, Red Bull exports to over 170 countries. Every year, more than 7.5 billion cans are produced. That's equivalent to more than 21 million cans per day. To reach all their destinations, routes by road, train, sea, and air are combined. Thousands of containers cross oceans and traverse continents every week. And despite this colossal scale, Red Bull's strategy remains surprisingly simple. While other brands flood the shelves with exotic flavors, special editions, large bottles, and miniatures, Red Bull maintains a minimalist and direct approach. One can, one mission, one brand. With only slight variations like reduced sugar or limited editions, the company has managed to maintain its clear and recognizable identity anywhere in the world. And that, in the beverage industry, is as rare as it is difficult. Because Red Bull doesn't just distribute a product, it distributes an identical experience, from the highest point in Tokyo to a store in the Nevada desert. That too is designed in the factory. And that visual and sensory consistency is part of the secret. Because it doesn't matter if you're in Berlin, New York, or Tokyo, a can of Red Bull always feels the same. That is why Red Bull has become synonymous with energy. And its global strategy is designed for one thing only: speed of execution. From the beginning, Red Bull understood something that many others did not. Emotions sell more than ingredients. That's why it invests millions of dollars in creating content, events, and experiences. They don't promote with discounts. They promote with adrenaline. Red Bull's most iconic slogan was no accident. It gives you wings isn't just about energy. It's about breaking limits.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.